A little bit going from fast-pitch softball to running in circles. Now, running on the track meet. And with me is MyLan Moffat, a sophomore from Largo High School. MyLan, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Now, you just came back a couple weeks ago, I guess, from the state championships in Winter Park.
Yes.
And you won the mile.
Yes.
Well, congratulations.
Thanks.
Now, this is something that's not new to you. You won it as a freshman as well.
Yeah.
And did you set a personal record when you were racing this time?
Yes.
And what was your time?
5:00.6.
So a 5-minute mile there, in other words. And what was your record? Last year you won with a
5:03.
5:03. Now, you had not beaten your personal best this year, had you, until regionals?
Yes.
And then you ran a 5:02? Yeah. So you must have been peaking at the right time. Now, as a freshman, you go to the state championships, you win the mile. Now you go back as a sophomore and you win it again. We're kind of maybe projecting already. Are you kind of thinking about the possibility of that 4-time state championship?
Well, I'll aim for it,
Yeah.
for sure.
There aren't very many people that have done that in very few of the sports. That's something that's, if you do that, your name will be up there on with the very few people that have done that.
I'll look at it as a challenge.
Yeah, well, I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
I know there's a runner, Betty Jo Springs. I guess she graduated about 10 years ago from high school in Bradenton. She was a 4-time cross-country championship winner, but and she's gone on to be a world-class runner. So, from what I've heard from people and talking to your coaches and your dad and everything, he says they think you definitely have the capabilities, and so I certainly wish you the best.
Thank you.
Well, that's still 2 more years ahead down the road. You just got done with this championship, and I'm sure you're still enjoying it and savoring the moments.
Yes.
Are you kind of taking it easy now with your training?
Yeah, I took a week off after states, and I just started back running yesterday. So.
Now, what does your training consist of? How do you train?
Well, for track, it varies. Like the workouts, some of them are speed workouts, and some of them are just like easy days. But right now I'm training for cross-country season. I'm like getting my base by doing mileage, like running out for an hour or so. So getting ready for cross-country season.
Are you one of these runners that puts in a lot of miles? Or do you kind of don't think you have to put in as much, at least personally?
Well, I guess I'm going to get like the mileage, to first get my base. And then like I'll probably be doing like some speed workouts, over the summer to get some speed. But basically, since it's cross-country season, I'll probably be doing some mileage, but not a lot, where I'll burn out or anything.
Right. Now, you're talking about getting ready for cross-country. Cross-country, that starts in, when? September, I guess, when the school year starts again.
Yeah.
So you're already, now here in May, already starting to get yourself ready. But I guess you have to do that if you're going to...
Yeah, you have to, like, keep, year-round program.
Yeah, there really aren't too many weeks off where you don't just do much of anything, is there?
Right. You got to keep working.
Obviously, you love running. I mean, the running is very popular with a lot of people, and to stay with it. Must have been pretty lucky as far as injuries. Have you had very many?
I've never been injured. So.
Never been injured?
No.
A little knock on wood here. But, and you run a lot. It's amazing when you look at the people in the running community. I'm talking about the adults that are not in high school or college. They always seem to get injured so frequently, and yet maybe it's because the high school kids are younger. I mean, you guys race every week in track, and you don't seem to get injured.
Yeah, you sort of be careful, like watch where you're running for, like on your trails, so you're not like always hitting the pavement or something like that.
Yeah.
So you gotta sort of watch it.
Having a good coach doesn't hurt.
Oh yes.
You have a couple good coaches there at Largo.
Yeah, they help a lot.
It just seems like, what is this thing with this mystique of Largo? It just seems like someone goes there, you just expect good runners are going to come out of Largo.
Yeah, there's like, we have really good coaches. Coach Haley and Coach Kruth are really good. They can work with the runners and, get the best out of them. So mainly, if you have a good coach, if you want to be a good runner, you will be. Because coaching is, important because that's how you get ready for your races. So.
Right. Now, I know during cross-country, for girls cross-country, that's 2 miles, and you ran the 1 mile during the track season. Now, did you run the 2 mile during the course of the year as well?
No, I ran 2 mile last year, but this year I ran 1.5 miles.
So you just pretty much stayed with the lower distances.
Yeah.
You like the, I guess we were talking earlier, you like, I guess, the shorter speed distances, I guess, if you want to consider a mile short. For some people, that's a major chore to run around that track 4 times. But you're more speed-oriented, I guess, than the distance.
Yeah. Well, I guess, I know, I've always, like when I was in middle school, I always been running like the shorter races, 1/2 mile, quarter. So, speed races, I guess, for me.
Let me just take you back a couple weeks, actually the week before the state championship at regionals. The regionals was held at Clearwater High School. And in the mile, if I believe it, you won quite handily.
Yeah, I was feeling really relaxed that day. You know, I just went out there, and Coach Haley told me that I had to keep the pace honest because Teresa Smith, who I ran against before, she was going to be in it, and I wasn't sure if she could out-kick me or not. So I had to keep the pace honest, and I just went out there, and I said, well, I'll just run my best, and I did 5:02, so I said, well, I hope I do this for states,
Well, you did better than 5:02, actually,
yeah. At states, I was so nervous, and I think I would have done much better if I was, more relaxed.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, I read somewhere you were saying that you were concerned about maybe going a little bit too fast. That seems to happen in the mile at state.
Over-anticipated.
So did you kind of lay back for the first quarter or first half mile? And then you must have started making your move?
Yeah, just maintaining my pace.
Well, that's got it, even when you're running, when you're passing people, doesn't it kind of pump you up a little bit too? Whereas if you have the lead and someone's catching up, that seems to be, it's easier to run when you're passing sometimes.
Yeah, you have something to aim towards.
I wouldn't know about passing. I've just been passed so many times. The stories people tell me. But, well, cross country is coming up, I guess, in about 4 months, whatever, but you're already in training for it right now.
Yeah.
And I wish you the best of luck with your cross country season, and you'll be a junior. And you were telling me, we're almost out of time, you were telling me that Jenny Souls from Keswick Christian is going to join the team, and she's just a freshman. So Largo's going to have another good, young, strong team, it looks like.
We're hoping to do well.
Yeah, look out for the rest of the teams in the county. MyLan, thanks for being here with us. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to talk to another Largo High School student, Pat McDonough. Stay with us. Now, it's Pat McDonough. Pat's a sophomore, also as MyLan was, from Largo High School. We were talking about that mystique of Largo runners. Well, once again, another success story, and you won the 2-mile championship at Winter Park. Now, you had some tough competition, tough local competition, because Roger Letchworth, Countryside, was, I'm sure, the favored runner.
Yeah, pretty much. When he dropped out of the mile to run the 2-mile fresh, everyone thought that he'd take it away.
Yeah, I guess at regionals here the week before, he ran the 1 mile, which he won, and then during the 2-mile race, the race that you won, Roger finished 4th, and it looked like he might have been a little, he was a little tired. Is that what you were thinking? Is that why they probably thought that strategy, just to go ahead and drop out of the mile at state?
I just thought he just wanted to, take it easy and get into state, and then just run from there. I knew he'd be there, even though if he at the state meet.
Now, what were you realistically thinking you were going to do? I mean, obviously you knew you had to have a shot because you beat him just the week before, but were you thinking that with Roger really gearing up, were you thinking it's going to be tough, or were you really thinking, I have a really good chance at this?
Well, I didn't think I had really any chance.
Oh, you really didn't?
No.
So it really surprised you then?
Yeah. It was, I just, thought Letchworth would take it away, and I was just hoping to get second.
Yeah. But as it comes out, you finished first, and he took second. Must have been a very extremely close race at the finish. Were you two almost...
Yeah, coming around the last turn, we were side by side, and when I saw him come up on me, I just went as hard as I could, and he dropped off. Yeah.
Now, what was your time for the 2 mile?
9:16.
9:16. That averages out to about, what, 4:38 miles?
Yep.
4:38. All right. Sure. I can almost go that fast on my bike, but not running on foot. And as you said, you guys were shoulder to shoulder or whatever, side by side for the last about 100 yards, I guess, or 200 yards?
Yep.
Now, he was back further in the pack, actually, and was making a strong kick. Yeah. Did you know that he was doing that?
I had no idea. I knew he'd be behind me, because in every race I ran with him, he's always got a strong kick. And so I knew I had to get ahead of him if I wanted to beat him at all. So I just tried to get a big lead as much as I could.
I guess when you hit that last quarter mile, you're 7 laps down, 1 to go, did you, at that point, he might have been about, what, maybe 50 yards behind, maybe not quite that far?
No, I think just there I passed him at the quarter.
Oh, you passed him again, so he had the lead originally.
Yeah, he led the race the whole way until the last lap.
That's usually what he likes to try to do.
Yeah.
So you guys had a sprint to the finish, and you were able to out-kick him there to win with a 9:16. Now, what is that for you? Is that a personal best?
Yeah.
A 9:16.
Yeah.
What was your winning time the week before at regionals?
It was 9:24.
9:24. You knocked 8 seconds off.
Yeah.
Well, I guess, of course, state, you're really gearing up. There's no reason to hold back now.
Yeah.
If there's ever any reason to try to conserve yourself. Well, as a sophomore, now you've got the 2 mile championship. I guess next year people will be talking about you quite a bit because you'll be coming back and I guess you'll be enjoying that kind of attention.
Not really. I like to be behind everybody and just keep it quiet and everything.
Maintain a low profile.
Yeah. I think, it's going to be real tough to defend this because I know Letchworth is going to be right behind me. And
he's had a rather disappointing year in terms of his goals, I guess, in cross country and now the 2 mile.
Yeah.
And next year's his senior year, so like you're saying, he's going to be giving it certainly everything he can, but I'm sure you'll be right there as well. I mean, 9:16. Do you feel like you can run a lot faster than that?
I hope I can. I want to do as best as I can, and I think I can break 9:16 one more time.
Yeah, what about the 9-minute mile, or 9-minute mile, the 9-minute 2 mile, the 9-minute barrier, actually? I'm
really shooting for that as a senior, and hopefully try to break Bart Sellers or Basil McGee's 9:02, and I want to try to do that my senior year.
Now, where did he go to school?
He went to Largo.
Well, what a silly question. I should have known that wherever the record was, that he was a runner from Largo. But you also ran cross country, and of course Largo's had all those during the 70s, I guess especially, all those almost consecutive championships.
Yes.
And this year, the team, at the beginning of the year, you guys were not slated to be right there at the top. Kind of like they're going to be good, but they're not right there at the top. But you guys still had a pretty good year.
Yeah, we stuck together and we took the criticism and just kept working hard and trying our best. The final goal was to try to beat Countryside, and we did that.
Yeah, now, who are you going to have coming back? I know Mike Fabian was a senior, and he actually had kind of like a disappointment, didn't he, in the 2 mile? He went to state.
He got disqualified because he got bumped, and he ran over the white line and got disqualified.
That's a tough way to finish your senior year.
Yeah.
Is Rodney Boatwright, was he, what year is he?
He's a senior.
Oh, he was a senior, so he's gone too.
Yeah.
So, just like on the girls' team, your sister, Kellyanne, and Lynn Johnstone, they're going to both be gone. So you're going to have some other good guys coming up in the ranks?
Well, we have Steve Kenrich. He's done real well in the mile during track. And we have, freshmen coming back and a few sophomores.
Of course, you'll be the junior, so you'll be the team leader, I would imagine.
Yep.
Does that bother you, or do you like that?
Not at all. I hopefully can lead the team into the state meet and to try our best.
Well, for some reason, I just have a feeling that you guys are going to be there in the end. Whether you win it or not, Largo's always going to be there. You can bet the mortgage on that. Well, Pat, I appreciate you taking your time out to talk with us, and congratulations on your 2 mile championship.
Thank you very much.
And next year, you'll give it a shot again.
Yep.
Okay. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to introduce you to some athletes from Admiral Farragut Academy. You may not be real familiar with them, so stick around with us and find out.